9 years, man.
It's been so long since I seen you. This heaviness in my chest, man, say a song. You got me messed up, feeling so gone. I felt quirkless until you came in my life. You're always stuck in my mind. I wanna see you all the time. I want you to be by my side.
We basically grew up with Class 1A. It's crazy how you watched him come from a scrawny little kid to a buffed out popular hero with a messed up haircut. Even the community itself grew up. It came from a community everybody hated to a community everybody wants to be a part of now. Horikoshi, thank you for this god tier anime. You gotta give My Hero Academia its flowers. You can't be biased. But for me to actually go over the ending, we gotta go all the way back to season 6, episode 1. This is where the Liberation Army is first being made, and the heroes are posted up ready to fight them. So their plan is very simple. They have 2 teams, one the Grunga Mountain and 2 the Jaku Hospital. One, the Grunga Mountain, is led by Eggshot, and they're basically going to capture the Liberation Army leaders, Destro, Shigaraki, and all of them. And the Jaku Hospital raid is led by Endeavor, and basically their mission is to get Garaki. The UA students are only here to evacuate the pedestrians and help out the heroes just a little bit. Little do they know it's because of the UA students they even won. This is the beginning of the Paranormal Liberation War arc. So Hawks was undercover trying to get crucial information so he can give it to Endeavor and the other heroes. So Aizawa and Endeavor captured Dr. Ujiko, and Aizawa and President Mike are not happy because of what they did to Shirokuma. But because of Twice's quirk, it was a clone. The real one's downstairs with Shigaraki. Mirko is coming for that ass, gang. Crushes right through the door. Oh yeah, yo ass is mine. Mirko starts crushing the Nomus, and Garaki is losing his mind, while Endeavor and the other heroes are fighting the Nomus. Mirko is then finna kick the shit out of Garaki until this little Nomu messes her up. Man, get the hell out my way. But that's all Garaki needed, because then he lets out the other Nomus and they jump Mirko. So Mirko handles him the first time, but they're like, oh, round 2? Meanwhile, Ken splits open the Liberation Army's base in half. This villain goes for electricity attack that Kaminari finna eat. And before he can go for another attack, Shinya finna come out of nowhere and take out a group of them. Midnight then uses her scent to knock him out. Then Shinji binds a whole bunch of them. The heroes are wasting no time. They getting down to business. Hawks has this man Twice stuck. Hawk, we was homies. Man, I was never your homie. Twice then loses his mind, starts duplicating, and the face on the Hawk is exactly the face Levi had before he had to blick his own homies. Tokoyami instantly uses a Ragnarok against Redestro. Redestro uses his quirk to block it, but thanks to Shigaraki taking his limbs, he had a prosthetic leg that breaks and the attack goes through a wall. Dark Shadow then comes back and tells Tokoyami, I ain't gonna lie to you, gang, there's someone down there big as hell. And that big guy's name is Gigatomakia. But nobody gotta worry about him because he can only take orders from the leader, and the leader is currently taking a nap. So Hawk starts slicing through all his clones. And before Twice can go for an attack, Hawk finna slice him in half. And before he can finish off Twice, he gets sneaked by Dabi. Dabi tries to finish him off, but Hawks dodges it. And while Hawks is thinking, Twice is then finna use his doubles to hold Hawks down while Dabi goes for an attack. Twice tries to escape. Man, where the hell you going? Goes for an attack on Twice. Then Dabi says his full name that left him shocked. So Dabi thinks this fire is gonna hold out Hawks. Nah, he right behind you, brody. Takes out Twice. Meanwhile, Mirko's trying to avoid the Nomus so she could target Shigaraki. Dr. Garaki is freaking out because Shigaraki's glass is now breaking. Then President Mike goes and fully breaks that shit. Oh yeah, come here, your ass is mine! But the heroes ain't always gonna catch a dub because Shigaraki wakes up. And the first thing he does is start sliming heroes out. Deku knows what's up. He finna look to his right and feel the aura of Shigaraki. But oh, they better be scared, cause my man Shigaraki eviscerates half the city! But it gets even worse cause then he finna phone up Makia. Yo, come slide, homie. Endeavor instantly attacks Shigaraki. Man, you not All Might, bro. Beam blitzes Endeavor. Endeavor flies behind him and throws him to the ground. Endeavor goes for another attack that Shigaraki blocks. Where's one for all? Deku is horrified. Shigaraki instantly goes for Deku. Deku and Bakugo go the opposite direction away from the civilians. That way Shigaraki doesn't make him get in the crossfire. Shigaraki hates the fact that they can talk to each other, so that he uses a big ass EMP grenade attack, fries their communicators. Shigaraki almost ended My Hero Academia right there and then, but the boy Gran Torino slides and saves them. Endeavor tries to go for a big ass attack. Shigaraki finna slide out the way. Mind you, Shigaraki has no abilities right now. Eraser is erasing them shits. This is just pure strength. So Gran Torino's talking about we got hella heroes. We can jump this fool. Oh, yeah, nah, that's not gonna happen. All these crazy-ass Nomus that were supposed to get destroyed in the rubble are alive. Shigaraki tries to rush a racer. Deku is not letting that shit slide. Shigaraki tries to go for the attack. Gran Torino, get that shit out of here. I trained someone way fucking stronger than you. You're weak. Shigaraki jumps above them both. Bakugo finna light him on fire. Deku goes for a leg kick. Then Endeavor goes for a heavy right. But Deku and Bakugo ain't the only ones going through it because Makia is now up. Mountain Lady's trying to hold him back, but she ain't strong enough. He finna grab Mountain Lady by the leg and throw her. Midnight tries to knock him out, but then Dabi and his team takes her out. The UA students successfully trap him. I ain't gonna lie to you, the UA students was cooking. And before the Midnight bottles could get swallowed, he's finna let out a big ass wind blast. Dabi mixes it with the fire, and Mina tries to get him to swallow one of Midnight serums, but he closes his mouth and almost kills her. Luckily, Kirishima was there to take the attack. Then Kirishima finna successfully get one of the bottles in his mouth. Doesn't work because Makia tees up. Endeavor tries to go for a final attack on Shigaraki. Shigaraki finna jump up, and my man got the Joker smile. He's ready to slime these little high schoolers out. Gran Torino's finna jump on him, grabs Gran Torino's leg, crushes it, then takes out Gran Torino. Ryuko traps Shigaraki. Deku finna grab Shigaraki by the throat. Man, get your little ass off me. Deku's trying to hold him in place. He's then finna show the heroes that he has a quirk deleter. Shoots that bitch at Eraser, and before the drug has spread, he's finna cut off his leg. Yo, Aizawa is him. But sadly, while he was cutting off his leg, he was distracted, so his Eraser quirk turned off for a second. Shigaraki finna use an attack and instantly rush Eraser. And before he kills Eraser, Deku finna throw some whips at him and Todoroki finna block it. Shigaraki goes for another decay, but then Deku finna use his Black Whip ability and put everybody in the air. And this is where Deku gives Shigaraki a mean old-fashioned ass whooping. You're holding me back from my dream. I don't care about your dream, bitch! So Todoroki, Bakugo, and Endeavor get up in the sky. Bakugo throws Endeavor at Shigaraki, then uses a prominence burst. He stabs Endeavor, goes for an attack on Deku, but before it touches him, Bakugo finna jump in front of it. Deku's in full rage mode, punches through the first few attacks, even bites through the attack, and before All For One could grab One For All, we find out that Shigaraki was unable to do so because he's not strong enough and he's not complete. Deku got lucky as shit. Meanwhile, Chaco's fighting Toga. Oh, I know you got a little crushy crush on Deku. Goes for a whole bunch of attacks on Toga that she just nonchalantly dodges. You're gonna deserve everything that's coming to you, bitch. Makes her ass cry and she leaves. Nejire and Todoroki both go for an attack on Shigaraki, but Makia comes for the saving. But something's about to unravel, something big. This is where my man Dabi finna pour some water on his black hair. Call me Toya, that's the name you and mom gave me, right? The Todoroki family is in shambles. And to make things worse, Dabi posted a video to everybody explaining his backstory. Dabi then rushes Endeavor, but Endeavor is in complete shock. He can't move his body. And before Dabi could go for a flash fire fist, our boy Best Genius comes back from the dead and stops him. Nejire goes for an attack, but is stopped by Dabi. Dabi's too busy antagonizing Endeavor while looking cool as shit. And as things couldn't possibly get any worse, Makia wakes up. And as you think it couldn't possibly get any worse, the Nomu start pushing Best Genius. But we have only one savior. One man, one superhero, Lemillion! Speed blitzes all three of them. Meanwhile, Dabi's basically telling Todoroki, yo, you might be his greatest success, but you about to get slimed out by his greatest failure. Then Deku splits them up. Makia then gets loose, but before he can get up, Endeavor finna hit him in the chin. And because of the sedative from earlier, he gets knocked out. Mr. Compressed then releases Shigaraki, and before Lemillion could get to Shigaraki, Shigaraki wakes up. Ida and Todoroki both go for an attack on Shigaraki, but then he uses an attack that pushes them back. The Nomus then get Shigaraki and try to escape, but Deku was not letting them go nowhere. Dodges all of his attacks, uses Black Whip to grab Shigaraki, then pushes Deku back. All For One escape. So after a while and a little bit of side quest, we see Muscular again. My man was putting Shindo through the ringer, and before he could go for a final attack, Deku punches him. And this is the introduction of Deku's vigilante art. Muscular was excited just to get one-shotted. It's a calm, rainy day. People aren't very happy with the heroes, but who cares? It's starting to look like Gotham City. Who knows? Maybe in another universe I'm Batman. But all I know is that Shigaraki, when I see you again, it's up for you, buddy. So Deku tries to call All Might, but before he can actually connect the call, his phone gets shot. They have no connection and no signal to Deku, but while All Might's driving the Batmobile, someone throws a grenade at his car. And this is where we meet Lady Nagunt's sexy ass for the first time. Deku's swinging across these buildings like Spider-Man. She goes for another bullet attack that he catches. Then her third sniper bullet hits him. Deku then uses smokescreen. Deku then goes through a building and grabs her arm. She's then finna hit him with his rifle, shoots that bitch, but he dodges it. Man, you too bad to be helping out All For One. And when she thinks she finally got Deku, Deku's finna dodge that bullet and swing off a building. Then saves Overhaul. Then breaks her barrel. You two find to die, shorty. Change. And as soon as she starts listening to Deku, All For One finna kill her ass. Deku says, yo, apologize to Eri gang and I got you with your pops. So the gang's at All For One's hideout and Endeavor says, yo, slow down Deku. Hell no, I'm taking his head. They get to the hideout, but All For One isn't there. It's just a video explaining how dumb they all are. Then he blows up the building. So Hawks gets a call from All Might to tell him that Deku is wilding. Deku is done getting rage baited by All For One. He just wants to take him out. So Deku is too busy carrying everybody on his back. I mean, come on, no support? Then this villain is finna take innocent people and use them as puppets against Deku. But luckily, Class 1A slid. Listen, I got love for y'all boys, but get the out of my way. No matter what you do, you not All Might. Deku then uses smoke screen. Bakugo uses a blast to clear up the smoke. Deku's in the air. Koda throws some birds on him. Deku tries to use Black Whip, but then Seto grabs that bit, but he breaks it off. Jiro goes for an attack that Deku just flies away from. Ojiro finna grab Deku with his tail. Deku tries to break out of it, then Tokiyami finna tackle him. Dark Shadow throws him through a building and holds him there. Then Momo makes a machine that traps him there. He breaks out of it. Then Shoji finna hold him and Jiro there. But before Jiro could go for an attack, Deku flies out the building. Todoroki's then finna make a big ass wall that Deku gets stuck in. Deku then flies out of it. Sue's then finna throw Mineta at him. Then Mineta catches him. He's then finna gently put Mineta back down and launches himself off a building. It took all them having to work together to even catch up to Deku. Tenya's then finna tell him, yo, stop being an asshole. We your homies for life. Then Bakugo apologizes, as he should. We can't forget you told Deku to jump off a building in season 1. You was crazy. So they take him to UA and everybody's against it. Why would you bring the kid here that All For One is looking for? And this is where Uraka shows one of the greatest feats of Talk no Jutsu I've ever seen. She convinces everybody there to let him stay, and they instantly throw his ass into a bathtub. Season 6 was pretty good, but season 7 about to be crazy. Because the first episode of this season, we finna get Star and Stripe, the #1 hero of America, versus a completed Shigaraki. So let me explain Star and Stripe's broken ass quirk right quick. Her quirk is called New Order, and basically if she touches someone, she can set any rule she wants onto them. All she has to do is say, Shigaraki, stop, and then he stops. Shigaraki knows this, so he's trying to keep his distance. She's like, I bet. She's then finna put a new rule onto the air. Basically anything that's 100 meters in front of her, there's no air. This shit's broken. Like, what? Then the ships all hit Shigaraki with an attack, but then Shigaraki uses a reflection ability, shoots it right back at him. Shigaraki tries to rush Star, and Star hits him back. She's finna jump on Shigaraki and be like, yo, I touched you. If Shigaraki moves, make his heart stop. But that shit did not work because All For One and Shigaraki are both the same people at the moment, and that would only work on Tomura Shigaraki, not All For One. So then she pops her Susanoo, uppercuts his bitch ass, then crushes his ass, then stabs him with a laser attack. She's then finna hit Shigaraki with some rockets that explode the area. Shigaraki is refusing to die. He's finna jump on the aircrafts towards her. Shigaraki's then finna speed blitz her, take her quirk, but here's the thing, she's low-key smart for this shit. Before he took her quirk, she made a rule that any other quirk you see, destroy that shit. So my man is getting bitched from the inside. They are raging against any other quirk they see. It looks like it was working, but at what cost? She got killed. He then finna jet it, and then they try and follow him, but then he uses another EMP grenade that stops him from tracing him. My girl Star sacrificed her life. She was a cool ass hero, but that just proves how cold Shigaraki really is. All For One's giving a speech to Dabi, and basically in simple terms, he has multiple plans. He'll never just have one plan. Just in case one plan fails, he can always jump to a different plan. So one plan failed. That means he has another one set, and it pans to Aoyama. He basically threatened their parents and him that he would kill all 3 of them if he didn't slide info about the UA students and the UA school. All For One, you are an evil bastard. This is also kind of a good thing because now they're going to use Aoyama to bring All For One on their turn. So boom, Aoyama puts on a great performance because All For One actually thought that he betrayed UA again, only to get jumped by the heroes. Dabi, I need your shut the hell up. I'm here for my father. Toya goes for the attack, only to get blocked by Itadori's ice. They then finna trap the villains, and using the quirk that Momo stole off Kirigiri puts them in different places. That way they're all separate. But something went terribly wrong. Deku was supposed to get placed with Bakugo versus Shigaraki, but Toga finna pull him towards her. And before Shigaraki could go for an attack, man, get your bitch ass down there. Yo, Best Genius is so cold. Best Genius is telling Shigaraki, yo, we made a perfected tomb for your ass. We better blick your ass in style. Shigaraki can't even use his powers because Mono and Aizawa are double teaming his ass. Mirko's then finna go for the attack. He ducks it out of nowhere. He makes a big ass attack with his arm and hits her. Meanwhile, Deku's dealing with this crazy ass bitch. Deku, I need you. Nah, I'm good, shorty. I already have a fine shit. Ochako tackles Toga. Toga comes from behind and stabs Uraraka. Sue and Ochako was like, yo, we got this, shorty. Don't worry. Go fight Shigaraki. Meanwhile, Dabi is powering up so much that we can see his bones. Dabi finna speed blitz Todoroki and go for a right that sends him flying. Dabi then starts punching the shit out of Todoroki while he's on the ground, then punches Todoroki into a building. But Todoroki ain't done yet because he has his own flash fire fist he's finna hit Dabi with and beats Dabi. That's my boy. All for One was trying to look down on Tokoyami and Jiro, but his own quirks was not going for that shit. They started holding him back. That way Hawks could go for an attack. Tokoyami then goes for a Ragnarok fist that breaks his mask. But before Hawks and Endeavor could both go for their final hit, All for One started eating his own quirks. Then he uses an attack that impales Endeavor. Man, get that shit out of here. I don't care about my arm. Goes for a punch that sends All for One flying. And this is where All for One knew it was up for him, bro, when he hit this pose. Speed blitzes All for One and hits his ass to the ground. Breaks through his defenses, lets out a roar, drags his ass through the forest, flies him to the sky, bear hugs him, then uses a prominence burst. But of course, there's something wrong. That's All for One. He's just evil. He's evil as shit. Meanwhile, Bakugo tees up, then starts shooing all of his little hands, then uses an attack on Shigaraki that explodes everything. But sadly, he grabs his arm and breaks it. You have to understand, there's levels to this shit. And you're close to Midoriya? I'm not going for this disrespect, you bastard. Watch your eyes! Explodes his ass, goes for an elbow attack that Bakugo weaves, goes for another attack that Bakugo weaves, and before Bakugo goes for his final attack, we get an emotional flashback and kills Bakugo. Biggest mistake he could have ever done. You think Deku gon' go for this? Deku gets there then. Yeah, Shigaraki, you up. Lemillion came in clutch and talked him down, but oh, don't underestimate Deku still. He about to tee up. Shigaraki goes for a punch on Deku that he blocks, uses gear shift, punches his ass 4 times in the stomach, speed blitzes him again and gives him a big ass Detroit smash. Then he goes for another big Detroit smash. He's then finna go for one final punch that connects with Shigaraki. But something ain't right. Shigaraki ain't going down that easy. And for All for One, yeah, the UA heroes got bitched. I mean, look at All for One. My man is mogging. But All for One about to run a generational fade with All Might. All Might was like, you can't ignore me. You know you want this fade. I know you missed this fade. Meanwhile, Endeavor's dealing with Dabi. Dabi jumps on Endeavor. Endeavor's then finna bear hug Toya. And before Toya explodes, his mom's finna slide with some ice. Not only the mom finna slide, but the sister and the brother finna slide too. And before Dabi explodes, my boy Todoroki finna slide and stop him. Meanwhile, Uravity awakens her quirk. Then she uses some crazy Talk No Jutsu. Yo, Ochako has to be the coldest at Talk No Jutsu in anime history, because she stops Toga from impaling her with a knife, which led to her beautiful victory, because Toga ends up unaliving herself for Ochako. Meanwhile, All Might is going full Batman mode with gadgets and everything. Man, why your old ass laughing? All Might uses Black Whip that stops him, then kicks his ass in the face. All Might starts attack spamming. All for One uses an air cannon that sends All Might flying. All Might then goes for a heavy right. Man, All Might, you too old for this shit, gang. Man, shut the hell up. Injects him with some acid. But All for One sends his ass flying. All Might is rage baiting him to the max. He's laughing his ass off. All for One punches All Might. All Might then traps All for One and puts a freezer in his mouth and starts freezing him. All Might then uses an energy blast, but All for One starts hitting All Might with his whip attacks. All for One then goes for another air cannon that All Might dodges. Speed blitzes him and big slaps the hell out of him. And before he can go for a final attack, he stops in his tracks because Hero Killer Stain stops him. And before All Might and Stain can go for an attack, All for One finna use a blood attack, grabs Stain and sends him flying through hella buildings. He's then finna kill Stain. Then he beats All Might. So he tries to teleport to Shigaraki. Man, get the f out of my body. Fine, I'll just go to you myself. Picks up All Might and heads towards him. All Might tries to end himself, but then All for One stops it. All for One was about to tear this man All Might in half in front of millions of people. But then, my goat wakes up. Deku and Bakugo then give each other the stare, the let's lock in stare. Y'all know that stare Naruto and Sasuke gave each other before whooping the Momoshiki. Yeah, they better lock in. So they both just lock in out of nowhere. Bakugo then goes for Deku and Deku launches him. So Shigaraki starts talking shit, talking about some, bro, he's never gonna get to All Might. This isn't no regular person. This is Bakugo. He's locked. Look at him. He's getting there. Then he saves All Might, bro. Dude, this is my goat, bro. This is my goat. This is my goat. Even All for One was like, what the fuck? And this is where my boy gets recognition. People start understanding why he's the goat, bro. So All Might calls over Bakugo, gives him a new like attachment for his arm, bro. Look how happy he looks, bro. I love this dude. All for One then goes straight to Shigaraki. Bakugo's like, nah, where the f you think you going? Speed blitzes his bitch ass. Even All for One was like, bitch, what? Bakugo then says, I'm the final boss, pussy. Grabs his face and murks his ass. Everyone then tees up, bro. Motherfuckers forgot it's lock-in season. Look at these dudes. Now, this is what My Hero Academia is supposed to be like. Not that cringe bullshit y'all be seeing on TikTok and shit. So All for One just disrespects my goat Bakugo by ignoring him and going straight for Shigaraki again. Saying that he's not a threat. Saying that he's not on the same tier as Endeavor. Saying that he shouldn't have to fear him. Bakugo is not letting that shit slide. Not one bit. This man All for One doesn't understand, bro. This isn't a regular version of Bakugo. This man awakened his quirk. He's then go speed blitz him again. All for One finna look back like this motherfucker crazy. Bakugo's having a blast while also hurting himself, bro. Like he's flinging himself into buildings while still laughing. This is my goat. All for One is pissed off because he can't shake him. You're not shaking out Bakugo, bro. Look at him, bro. Just look. Look with your eyes. You're not looking at the screen. Look at the screen, bro. Witness greatness. He looks amazing here. He's going through his Gojo stage, bro. He's in the realm of peace. He can care less about the injuries he inflicted on himself going through the buildings. Drills through the buildings. Is like, where the is you going? All for One is pissed off. He got veins coming through his forehead. He's like, why is this mother still on me? Leave me alone. Everyone is watching my goat except his father. Look how menacing he looks, bro. He looks so cool, yo. All for One is pissed, bro. He doesn't like the fact that Bakugo speed blitzed him twice. He's getting a reaction not even All Might gave him. Look at my goat, bro. This is my goat. Charges up an attack that incinerates him. So this man All for One loses his shit, calls him Kudo. He like, nah, bro, I'm Katsuki Bakugo. All for One's then finna pop his ult, and instead of dodging it, Bakugo's finna hit his ass in the air with some explosions. Bakugo's then finna lay out all these sweat attacks and grab his face and go for an impact. All for One and Bakugo are going spam for spam right now. Bakugo then hits him with one final attack and beats him.
So right off the bat, Deku finna go for a St. Louis smash that had this man Shigaraki. Then Shigaraki finna look to the right and be like, Bakugo killed my master, goddamn. But Shigaraki don't give a f. He happy as shit. He then blitzes Deku, then Deku chops off his fingers. You might think nothing happened, but this dude took his danger sense ability. Like he couldn't take the smoke ability? Why couldn't he take the smoke ability? Why take the one ability Deku was using a shitload? So then Deku finna use his black whip ability, but guess what? He's dodging all these shits the most light-skinned way possible, because now he has danger sense. Then Shigaraki finna hit him with a blast attack that sends his ass flying. Shigaraki like, stop treating me like a regular human, I'm him. Hits him with another blast attack that sent him flying across buildings and shit. My man Deku is tired. I mean, look at him, bro. He's tired as he's tired of all this shit. Shigaraki then the most light-skinned Aura Maxim way possible goes, you guys have escaped and gotten stronger before, so I'll destroy you here. Anywhere you might run to, I'll destroy. Shigaraki is not playing no more games, bro. Look at him, bro. He's Aura farming. Deku is scared. Like, this mother is smiling, bro. Like, what is funny? You're destroying things, you crazy bastard. Deku then finna tee up, look up at Shigaraki and be like, you're still a person. What? This ain't no goddamn person. He the spawn of Satan. There's no saving him. Deku just kill him. Deku then goes for a Delaware smash. I mean, look at him, bro. He hitting that. This attack sent him flying. Then Shigaraki laughs. Shigaraki like, you think you can stop me? Then blitzes Deku, and before he can, Deku uses another black chain. But of course, he gonna weave all these shit. Shigaraki like, oh, I get it. Deku like, shut the up, bitch. Deku thinks that smoke screen helping him. Hell nah, Shigaraki knows where you are, bro. Then hits Deku and Shigaraki like, I'm not blind, motherfucker. Deku isn't looking too good, bro. Like, what are you doing to my goat, Shigaraki? Deku like, I'm not giving up on that crying boy. Motherfucker, give up on that boy. Kill that boy. F that boy. You don't need to save him. Deku goes for a kick that Shigaraki weaves, and as all hope looks lost, the second user finna be like, let go of one for all. No! What do you mean let it go? What? This motherfucker Deku grew up with no quirk. He had nothing. And the moment he gets his shit, you want to let it go? Even All Might was like, bitch, what? Shigaraki hits Deku with another attack that sent him flying. Like, I understand, bro. Beating Shigaraki should be the only focus, but it leaves this man Deku quirkless. So these motherfuckers want to go for a test run, and instead of sending smokescreen, they finna send a gear shift. Like, what? Hey, brother, listen, I've been dick sucking you my entire life, but I can't agree with this one. But Deku doesn't give a he finna stand up and lock in. Shigaraki goes for an attack and gets his arm chopped off. Shigaraki finna look up at Deku and be like, You look like no hero. Not even All Might was moving like this, bro. And that's where the episode ends. We gotta wait till next week, bro.
Deku's then finna punch One For All into Shigaraki, but it doesn't work because then All For One comes back. Deku isn't looking too good until the whole squad pulls up. Shigaraki was like, I bet. Tease up. Todoroki and Endeavor both go for a flash fire fist. Shigaraki eats that shit. President Mike then shows up and he like, let's get ready to rumble. And this is where All For One finna get jumped by all the heroes. They fighting the Elden Ring boss right now. Look at this dude. Deku don't look good right now. He don't got One For All no more. He left like All Might was in season 3. But he don't care. He like, yo, I still got an Ember left. Let me tee up. Deku got everybody watching their screens right now. Aoyama like, get your ass out there. Everyone then finna scream, you can do it. Even I was. Aizawa then finna say, yo, make a path for my boy. All For One then finna use a big ass blast attack that Hagaguri catches. Oh, you thought they was done? Nope. Momo makes a big ass railgun while Denki charges that bitch, fires that bitch at All For One. All For One did not like that junk because he takes out the rest of the heroes. And before those missiles reach Deku, man, get that shit out of here. Hey, Deku, don't worry, gang, just get to him. We'll defend you. They then finna grab Deku. Su and Shoji are doing some crazy teamwork right now. Launches him. Deku about to get hit again. Nope. Get that shit out of here. More attacks are coming. Nope. Get that shit out of here! Class 1A and 1B are putting up some crazy defense right now. And this is where everyone's telling Deku, you can do it. All For One then goes for a whole bunch of attacks. Deku finna weave all them shits like they nothing. All For One goes for another attack. Deku said, weave, and he finna go right through them shits. Goes for a final smash. I mean, it looked like it was working. He was disappearing slowly and shit until, oh, you thought it was done, Midoriya? Nope, Deku, I am him. You're not taking me out that easy. Man, shut the up and come catch this fade. Deku goes for another punch. Hitagiri finna block that shit. Get that shit out of here. Bakugo got no arms and he's still putting in work in the field. Deku goes for one final punch. All For One tries to block that shit. Deku's punch goes right through his arm. All For One and Deku both go for one final blow. And this is where Shigaraki regains conscience back and talks to Deku. And Shigaraki's final words to Deku was to tell Spinner, yo, just tell him I ain't go out like a bitch. And this is where Deku won. My boy won. Listen, bro, they might have won, but Deku was left with no quirk and a f***ed up haircut. Even though Chako was like, yo, I really hope that side grows back. Now, everybody in the My Hero Academia that wanted Bakugo and Deku to get together, or they ship Deku with whoever the hell else, I want you to pay attention right quick. What do you see? What do you see when you're looking at them? This is the only ship that matters. I don't care about anybody else. On some real shit, this episode was beautiful to see them all together again. So the final episode starts off with this kid walking, and bro already looked like he finna be a villain. They even gave him a sad backstory and everything. But it turns out his quirk was out of control and his family didn't want anybody knowing about him, so they sewed his mouth together and locked him up. Not gonna lie to you, y'all better be thankful that Deku made all these people want to step up instead of being background characters. Cause now, thanks to this granny, we ain't getting a Shigaraki V2. We then see All Might in a wheelchair, and somehow Gran Torino and Chio are both still alive with their old asses. We then see Mirko with a new leg and arm implant. She's still doing hero work. Same with Mount Lady and Shinji. Shoji winning a peace award. Endeavor and Ray are both still seeing Toya. These two being besties. Then it cuts to the graduation ceremony for Class 1A. They all get their diplomas. Look at the teachers, bro. All Might is crying, bro. Me and you, All Might. Tenya then gives off a speech before Monoma and Bakugo come blasting out. We then get a good look at the new generation. Of course, there's always a cocky bastard in every single class. And this is where we meet Dai for the first time. He's basically just Deku in a different font. Whenever he feels anxious, he always comes to look at the All Might statue. It then cuts back to what Ochako's doing. And because of her fight with Toga, she now helps kids not fall into villainy. Eri now has friends. She's looking really good. I'm happy for her. Aizawa's then finna tell Deku, yo, look at your dumbass friend right quick. Man, get that damn phone out my face. I'm glad he's still an asshole. And of course, Todoroki's Magen ass is doing very well, being the top 8 heroes. Aizawa's then finna ask Deku, yo, you missed that shit? Man, hell yeah, I missed that shit. Tokoyami, Hagakure got their own colognes and perfumes. I ain't gonna lie to you, while Deku was watching all of his friends become crazy ass heroes and shit, I was feeling bad for the bro because he did most of the work during the war arc. So these kids was playing around and one of them trips. And this is where we get a great parallel between Dai and Deku rushing in to save someone without thinking. So Deku helps Dai up and Dai's freaking out, me, his favorite hero. And Dai's finna ask, yo, you think I could become a hero with my dog shit ass quirk? And Deku remembers the time where he was ass. Gang, you gonna be fine. You gonna be a wonderful hero. And then it shows the end screen. I'm not gonna lie, I almost threw my monitor outside my window. Luckily, All Might says, man, give me that shit. Deku, it ain't over for you, gang. Hands him a suit that was funded by Bakugo and the other heroes. Deku's then sliding in the Batmobile. Bakugo then says, yo, give me your hand, gang. He throws on the suit and gets to swinging. They all look amazing, bro. I'm forever thankful and happy as hell that Deku's finally back with him. And that is the end of My Hero Academia. Time to go cry in my bed for 10 plus hours and rewatch the episode episode another 100 times. But again, thank you so much, Horikoshi, for this amazing anime. I did make a song for this episode, so make sure y'all go stream it. It's called Quirkless. It's on Spotify and SoundCloud. I'd really appreciate it if y'all did stream it. But again, thank y'all so much for watching the video. Horikoshi, again, thank you for making such a beautiful anime, and I'll see you on the next one.